Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we will add our power attack. It will be surprisingly easy to do, but it will still be a lot of fun. And we will do this by simply clicking our right mouse button. And as a reminder, all of the code and assets can be found on my website or on GitHub. If you have questions about this tutorial, or maybe you get stuck somewhere, check out the Discord link. And if you want to go the extra mile to show your support, there's a link below where you can buy me a coffee. Even though I don't drink coffee, I'm a tea guy. Last episode was a big one. We added sounds into the game. We began by adding the class that will hold all our music files and will be the background controls for everything related to our sounds. We also talked about what the clip interface is and how it will hold all our music. Step by step, we added the connections between our audio options class and our new audio player class. Once we could mute and also change the volume, we began by adding the effects for our player. We added the jump, the attack, and the dying effect. We also had some effects that would be played when the player were shown the game over screen or completed a level. Alright, we should probably start by adding the global variables that we will use in this episode. And I think we're never going to leave the player class actually. So at the top here for our player class, we're going to need a few variables for our power attack to work. First, let's add a boolean, private boolean power attack active. And this is simply to check whether or not we are during a attack or not. That we have started it or we are flying or whatever. We need to know whether or not it's active or not. Then we will need a private int power attack tick. And this power attack tick is gonna increase once every update for as long as the power attack is active. And once this power attack tick reaches a certain limit, we're gonna stop doing our power attack. And then we will need a private integer power grow speed equal 15. I think is a good number. And this grow speed variable is simply to slowly increase the power the player have over time. You can increase your power by picking up a power potion or by just letting it grow slowly. And we need a ticker for this as well. Private int power grow tick. And that's all the variables we will need for our power attack. But we will also have a power bar just like we have for our health. So to save some time, I'm gonna copy paste a little bit here. And I'm gonna put it right underneath our health bar so it looks similar, or so we can see the similarities. We will have a private int for the width, the height of the bar, the start position of the bar in both X and Y. And then we will set a power width to the actual width of the bar, just like we do here. Health width equals health bar width. So it's gonna start at 100%. We're gonna set a max value for our power to be 200. And we're gonna set the current power value to the max value. And as soon as the power value shrinks, well, our power bar is also gonna shrink. So it's the same concept for our power bar as it is for our health bar. And we can head over to our update method here where we have update health bar. We are going to have a method called private void update power bar. And this update power bar is going to be identical to how we update our health bar. So power width is equal to recast over to int. And it's going to be current power, I think we call it. No, what did we call it? Power value divided by, recast over to float, power max value, and times power bar width. So if the power value shrinks, the bar will also shrink. But we're going to have one more thing here. We're going to have a power grow tick plus plus. Every update is going to increase. If power grow tick more or equal than power grow speed, we will say power grow tick is equal to 0, resetting it, and then change power by, let's increase it by 1 to begin with. And this change power is going to be pretty much similar to our health. So power value plus equal value. If power value is more or equal than power max value, power value equals power max value. Else, if power value is less than or equal to 0, then power value equals 0. And then we make sure that we actually call this update PowerBar method. And to actually see this PowerBar, let's head over here to render, draw UI. We can just say background UI. Then we have health UI or health bar. And here we're gonna add power bar. G.set color, let's keep it yellow. G.fill rect. We're gonna start add power bar x start plus status bar x, which is the beginning of the actual UI position. Then we have power bar y plus status bar y. It wasn't power bar y, power bar y start. And then power width for width, which is going to change over time, and then power bar height, right? Yeah. And if you give this a try, we should have a yellow power bar, and we do. Perfect. Now we just need to make sure that we can actually do it, and when we do it, we reduce the value of the power bar. Since we're going to use the right mouse button, let's go to our playing and look for mouse clicked. If it's not over, then if you're clicking the left mouse button, we set attacking. But if it's not the left mouse button, meaning button 1, else if e.get button equals mouse event dot button 3. Button 2 is the middle one, scroll wheel, so it has to be button 3. We say player dot power attack. And let's create this method in player. So in this method, we're gonna check if we already are attacking. So if power attack active, return, we're not gonna do nothing in here. And if that's not the case, it's false. We need to check if power value is more or equal to 60. Let's say it's gonna cost 60 power to do a power attack. And of course you can change this later, but if it's more than 60, we do the attack. So power attack active equals true, and then change power minus 60. And now let's go to our update move or update position. So we need to do a few checks here, or some extra checks. If we're jumping, we jump. If we are not in air and we're not pressing both or pressing none, then we return. But we also need to make sure that we might actually be in a power attack, but we're not pressing any button. We're just flying through the air or flying. We still need to update. So first we need to check if we are not in the air, and then we can check if not, power active or power attack active. If you don't have any power active, then we don't care. But if it's active, then we can go down here. Left could be false as well as right. So we still need to set the X speed to something. So here we can do a if power attack is active. First, we need to know if we are walking to the left or to the right. So if we are not going to the left and not going to the right, meaning we're not pressing any buttons, but we do need to set X speed to something, then we enter in here. But if we do press one of them, we just X speed times equals 3. So it's going to be 3 times the speed if we are in a power attack. But we could actually be in a power attack and not be left and not going to the right. So we need to set the X speed to something, depending on what direction we are facing. And we have one way of checking if we are facing left or right, and that is flip W, that we use for flipping the image depending on what direction we are facing. So if the flip W is -1, if flip W is equal to -1, the last time we moved, we faced the left side. So we just say X speed is equal to negative walk speed. Else X speed equals walk speed. And then we're gonna go X speed times 3. So we're gonna end up here anyway, but we're gonna set the X speed only in here if you're not going to the left or to the right. And if we're not in the air, we're checking if we are in the air, doesn't really care. But if we are in the air and not power attack is active, because we don't want to update our Y position if we are in a power attack. So if I jump, click power attack, I'm just gonna go straight in a line. I'm not gonna go up or down, I'm just gonna go straight. So like a power move in one direction, even in air. And as soon as the power attack ends, then I can start updating the Y position again. So yeah, we're not gonna update our Y if we are in a power attack. So then we can head over to just update X position. If I can move here, then we increase it. But if we cannot, I'm hitting a wall, then I just add some brackets here. And if I hit the wall and power attack was active, then I want to stop the power attack. I don't want to be pushed into the wall for the entire duration of the power attacks. As soon as I hit something while I'm in the power attack, wall or whatever, it's gonna stop being a power attack. Power attack active equals false, and power attack tick equals 0. And this power attack tick was the one that makes sure we only stay in the power attack for a certain amount of time. So we are resetting it as well. We will always be moving if we are in a power attack. Because if we do not return here, moving is gonna be true. So up here in our update, for checking our movement, we can add a if power attack active. We're gonna update our power attack. So power attack tick equals, or rather plus plus. If power attack tick is more or equal than, let's say 35, we will say power attack tick equals 0 and power attack active equals false. So we are no longer in a power attack. And then we can go down here if we are attacking or we are power attack is active. So we are gonna update and check the attack every update for our power attack. We can return if power attack is checked and animation index is not equal to 1, then well, we return. But if this one is false, we haven't checked the attack, we're setting the attack check to true right away, and then we do the normal checks. But if power attack is active, then we're gonna flip that back, saying attack checked equals false. This makes sure that every update we are checking a new attack or the attack again. So then we just need to take care of our animation, and I think we are ready to test this. So let's go to our set animation. Moving, yes. Jumping, falling, yes. Then we have attack in different types. Before attack here, we can just make sure that if we are power attacking, then we want to keep the same animation index throughout the entire attack. So animation index is equal to 1, animation tick is equal to 0. We want to say state is equal to attack, so we get the correct attack animation. We can actually put that at the top here. Doesn't really matter too much, but let's put it at the top. And then return, because we are a power attack. We don't care about this. We don't care about resetting anything. We're doing it here. So every time we come in here, we're making sure that the animation index is 1 and the tick never grows. Just throughout the entire duration of the power attack. All right, I think it's time for us to actually test this one. Let's give this a try. All right, let's see here. I'm standing on the ground, right click. All right, the power grows, the power attack works. Beautiful. What happens if I'm in air or up here? All right. What happens if I jump? And I can do 2 attacks in a row here, but it costs me a lot of power. So let's save some power and see what happens. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. And I died. But let's go to the next level. We have a lot of more enemies there. Let's see if I can kill the crab and open those 2 boxes at the same time. No? Why not? Oh, that's right. We have one more thing we need to solve, and that's the attack box. So let's go and find that attack box. Right here. If we're going to the right, or power attack active and flip W was equal to 1, meaning we're facing the 1 direction to the right. So we might not holding down right or the left mouse button, but we might be in the power attack. And then we just make sure that we're facing the right direction. We can probably copy this. Otherwise, if we are in the left or power attack is active and flip is equal to -1. I think that's going to help us with our attack box. Let's go to next level real quick. Let's see if I can get them all 3 here now. I attacked too soon, but let's see if I can get all these 3 crabs. I could. Beautiful. And I could get all of them as well. Nice. So we have power attack in our game. And it was pretty easy to add, actually. That's really cool. Alright, that was quite easy to add. Mostly it's due to our previous work. The fact that we can reuse a lot of the code by thinking ahead before about the possibility that we will add more later down the road saves us a lot of time. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, make sure to subscribe to be notified about the next video. This tutorial is coming to an end soon, and you don't want to miss the final product. Until the next one, take care now and have a wonderful day. Bye.